Hey everybody, John here with SoCal Outdoor Adventure. It's great to be back with you. I hope you guys are doing well in regards to the whole coronavirus quarantine thing. For today's video, we're going to be we're finally going to be doing a review of perhaps maybe one of my favorite coffee grinders that I've been using. As a matter of fact, I now have two of them, and I'll explain why in this video. And that is the GSI Javamill. Stick around. Alright my friends, so today we're here to check out the GSI Javamill, and as I mentioned before, this is actually my second Javamill that I currently own, and yes, I still have the other one. The reason why I have two of the Javamills is because I use one Javamill in my bushcraft kit to grind me some fresh ground coffee, and I'm going to demonstrate some of the features of how I use that particular Javamill press in question when it comes to grinding up some coffee in another video. So that will definitely be a video for the future. Go over some technical specs here. This is made from a high intensity hard shell hard plastic. So this is definitely designed for taking it out in the woods, and it's very, I don't want to say it's quiet. It's actually not that quiet. It can be a little bit loud, but in all honesty though, this does do a really great job when it comes to grinding coffee. And as far as grinding up the grounds in order for us to make a nice hot cup of coffee, whether you're using a French press or if you're using if you're doing a cowboy coffee style, you can definitely use this guy to ground up your coffee to give you a nice fresh hot cup of joe. Overall weight of this guy is 9.1 ounces. Package weight is 9.6 ounces. So 9.1 ounces, that's actually not bad. Now I've carried the other Javamill press in my bushcraft kit for a very long time. I've never had any issues with it whatsoever. This one I bought about 3 months ago actually. Now it's been about 3 months now, and I actually bought this to take with me to work because before I started working from home due to the whole coronavirus thing, I was actually taking this guy with me to work and grinding up some fresh beans and making me a fresh hot cup of coffee outside on the back of my truck during my lunch hour. So this guy does really come in handy. So let's go ahead and break this down here. I'm going to go ahead and take this guy apart here for you so you guys can see it. Alright, so as you can see, this is pretty much what it looks like when it's fully broken apart. You've got the handle right here. You got the top of your coffee grinder, the grinder. You've got the actual mill and press where the beans will actually go down here. And then when it's all said and done, all the coffee will end up into this little guy into this little mechanism right here, into this little cup. And you can either pour this cup into your French press that you're using, or you can pour this into another regular pot to make some cowboy coffee. Beautiful thing about this guy is that this is totally adjustable. So if you turn it the opposite direction, this will allow you to go ahead and adjust your grind level as to how much you want your coffee grinds to be. So it's a good thing I'm kind of opening it up just a little bit just to kind of clean it out. So right now where it's currently set, I'm hoping you guys can see it, and hopefully it will stay focused right now. This is what I usually do when I clean it out. I'll open it this much so that way I can kind of shake all the leftover grounds out of it and get anything that's left over out of the coffee grinder. And then what I'll go ahead and do is I'll go ahead and turn the mechanism back to where I had it before. So right about here where it's currently sitting at right now, this is what I typically use for when I make coffee with my other Javamill for when I do coffee with my bushcraft kit, and I'll demonstrate that in another video later on down the line. For French press style, I like it a little bit more. I like it a little bit more of a coarse ground. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is go ahead and turn my mechanism here a little bit. I want to make sure I give it enough to where it's going to go ahead and grind the coffee out. Let's go ahead and put this guy back together. And voila, that's pretty much how it goes back together. So let's go ahead and get some coffee out, and let's go and get ready for a brew. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and get ready to start grinding some coffee here. And so for today, for this morning's coffee, we're going to be using a coffee by NE Wilderness. This is called Open Fire Brew. And I have to say, this coffee is really, really good. This comes in whole beans, so you do have to grind the beans. A friend of mine, you guys may know him big time. His name is Malcolm Cordair. Him and I are friends on Instagram, and I love his Instagram posts. He posts of all this gear. Cool. The good thing, he actually introduced me to this guy who actually makes this coffee, and I have been really impressed. I actually bought 2 of his bags of coffee, and then now I actually bought 2 more before the whole quarantine went into place. So I'm really glad I did, because this coffee is just excellent. So we're going to go ahead and use the scoop from another product I'm going to be doing, the AeroPress Go here. So first thing, we're going to take the top off. We're going to move the handle position to the top. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and pour our beans inside our grinder. I'm going to go ahead and add just a few more. A few more for flavor. I'm going to leave that out for later. Put that off to the side. Okay, so now we're going to go and put our top on. And then we're going to go and start grinding. Set the handle inside the notch here and start grinding. As you can see, it is a little bit loud. I've actually got it in my hand right now. I've taken it off the table. When it's on the table, it is loud. When you have it in your hand, it's not so bad. We're going to stop right there so you guys can kind of see like what it looks like right now. And as you can see, that's pretty much where I'm at right now when it comes to as I'm grinding my coffee down. It looks really good. Oh, oops, hello. A little bit of the grounds actually got into my nose. I'm breathing in too hard. But it smells really good. Really good. So, average amount of time it takes to grind down the beans down for the coffee usually takes anywhere from about 1 to 2 minutes, and you'll know when you're done because as you can see, I'm still turning. You don't hear anything, so that means all the beans are nice and grounded. So now we can go ahead and all the beans are nice and grounded, so we can go ahead and pull this guy off. Make sure that we get everything. And look at that. Doesn't that look nice? This is what I call a nice little coarse grain right here. And this grain works really well when I use a French press or if I'm making just cowboy coffee at home. But as I mentioned before, with the other Javamill that I have, with the setup that I have on that Javamill, I do a different type of coffee ground for that particular one. So we'll talk about that one in another video. So overall, let's talk about pros and cons, and as well as a couple of quick tips. First pro, it's light. I mean, it's definitely a lightweight piece of gear. It's definitely worth having in your kit. If you're someone that wants freshly ground coffee, or if you want to make your own freshly ground coffee, especially when you go out to the woods, whether you're going for a day hike, you're through hiking, you're going camping, you're bushcrafting, it doesn't matter. This guy honestly really does work. Another pro about this guy is that it's easy cleanup, it's easy to take down. So once you're done grinding coffee, you just kind of twist the bottom part open a little bit, like I showed you before. Use your hand to shake out the grounds and clean everything up, and then you're done. Then as far as putting it away, just pull the handle out. Put that guy back in there. and voila, you're pretty much done. It's ready to go, and you can throw it into your pack or throw it into your fanny pack, your butt pack, your chest pack, doesn't matter. It's up to you. The cons, a few little cons, probably one minor con that I can think of is a couple of cons, a few little cons that are with this particular device. It is loud, so it is going to make a little bit of noise. So obviously, if you're in a campground full of people, you definitely don't want to use this. But I have to tell you though, when it comes to this one versus an electric grinder, this is honestly a better choice than carrying an electric grinder. Electric grinders tend to be a lot more louder because they use a little bit more power to ground coffee. And that's one thing I've noticed with electric grinders versus a hand crank grinder. And this is a hand crank grinder. Second con I would say is I really do wish, instead of like having to shake everything out with your hands, I really do wish that GSI would have included some type of a small brush to kind of basically get in there, maybe clean out the teeth and get some of the grounds out of the teeth after you're done grinding your coffee. But obviously that can be rectified if you just throw in like a little paintbrush from an old paint kit, or if your girlfriend slash wife slash whatever has like an old makeup brush, like a small little makeup brush that she uses for her eyes and she's not using anymore, you can ask her, hey, can I have that little brush? And you can use that to obviously clean the inside of it out. Overall rating, best out of basically a 1 out of 10 rating. Next thing we're going to talk about before we go into that, we're going to talk about the price. You are looking to spend anywhere between $25 and $40 for this particular product, depending on where you go. I bought this one over at REI on sale. It was regularly priced at $32.99. I actually got it on sale for $24.99. That was a great deal, so that was definitely a great buy in my opinion. So the deals are out there. You just got to know where to find them and everything like that. My rating, 1 out of 10. With the two cons, one of them not really being that huge, but the other one maybe. I definitely have to give this guy at least a 9 out of 5. Again, this does a really great job grinding your beans for coffee. I've heard some people say, the Javamill pretty much kicked the bucket on them after they used it maybe once or twice. I haven't had any problems with it. This is the 5th time that I've used this Javamill, at least this particular one, but the other one I've had that one for over 2 years, and that one is not giving me any problems, and I'm really happy about it. So I think the Javamill, the GSI Javamill, is definitely worth an investment if you're someone who loves, if you're someone that loves freshly ground coffee when you go out into the woods, whether you're going camping, hiking, bushcrafting, you're a thru hiker and you want freshly ground coffee, this is actually worth it. So I hope you guys enjoy the video. Please give it a big thumbs up for me. Don't forget to share with your friends. Leave me a comment or any questions you have about the GSI Javamill or anything else. And if you're not a current subscriber, don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more future videos. Throughout this whole quarantine, I hope you guys are doing well. Take care, have a great day, and I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye.